In 1865, the chains fell, but the war for freedom had just begun. The cannons of the American Civil War went silent. Smoke cleared, the Union stood victorious. On paper, 4 million enslaved people were now legally free. Emancipation had a signature, freedom had a date. History books call this the end, but for the newly freed, this was not an ending, it was an exposure. They stepped out of bondage with no land, no money, no political power, and no protection from the very people who once owned them. Freedom existed in law but not in daily life. Former Confederate elites still controlled land, courts, and guns. The same plantations remained. The same power structures endured. Only the language had changed. Families searched for relatives sold away years earlier. Children worked the same fields, now labeled sharecroppers, bound by debt instead of chains. Black codes criminalized freedom itself, arresting people for unemployment, movement, or disrespect. Prison labor quietly replaced slavery. Violence enforced the old order when laws failed. This was not chaos, it was designed. Reconstruction promised equality, citizenship, and protection. For a brief moment, Black Americans voted, held office, built schools, and reshaped democracy itself. That moment terrified those who had ruled without challenge. So a second war began, not with cannons, but with policy, terror, and silence. Federal troops withdrew, courts looked away. White supremacy reorganized itself behind new names and legal language. The promise of freedom was slowly suffocated without officially reversing emancipation. This is the part history rushes past. Because if freedom can be granted and then quietly dismantled, the real battle was never about chains alone. It was about power, who holds it, who protects it, and who history chooses to remember. This is not the victory story you were taught. This is the hidden Second War.